My name is Andy Hornby, photographer and vlogger. 17 years ago I started teaching myself photography. Today I travel the UK as a professional wedding photographer, landscape photographer and filmmaker. Learn from my experiences, my mistakes and my tips and advice. Okay, so first of all you're going to want to download the app. Now this is the download page, which is zoom.us/download, and the client for meetings is the top one there. That will download whether you've got a Mac or you're on PC, Windows. If you're on a phone, you can come down to Zoom mobile apps, which will download for you, either if you want to go to the App Store for Apple or Google Play, just there. Awesome. And once you've downloaded it and opened it, this is what you'll get. The screen is quite important because you've got a little calendar on the right hand side. If I had any meetings come up today, this is integrated with my Google Calendar because I've actually joined it using my Google ID. So it's integrated the Google Calendar automatically. So if I go to meetings, there's my meetings for today, which is none, or my recorded meetings. I've done a few quiz nights recently. There and there, and I can actually from here play the videos because I've recorded them, or open them up and have a look, that kind of stuff. So if I have any upcoming stuff, it would be in there. But for today we're just going to be looking at some of the basic stuff. So your basic screen here is you can join a meeting that's already ongoing. If you have the meeting ID and password, this is what you'd want to use. Your meeting ID go in there, your name in there, and then on the next screen, if it wants to add a password, you'll have to add the password there. You can click there to don't connect audio. I'll explain in a minute that the host already might have the audio off for you anyway. Or you can schedule a meeting if you want to schedule your own meeting for a future date, which I often do quite a bit. It will give you a link that you can share to people and they can go on at that time. But for the time being, let's look at a new meeting. We're going to open up the app. So this is me. Excuse the hair, I do apologise. It's still locked down and I haven't had a haircut in a long time. My background there is a virtual background. I'll explain that in a second. Let's just make this maximum. I'm going to go over a few of the basic functions that we've got down the bottom here and a few other bits and pieces. But first of all, let's talk about the mic. So when you first join a meeting, depending on what the host has allowed for, your mic may be turned off. To turn it on, you move your mouse and the mic icon will come at the bottom there. You can toggle your mic on and off just there, look, just like that. Same for video. You can stop your video by that, and it will just put your picture up if you've got a picture. If you've joined via Google or Facebook or however you've joined or added an account, it'll add the picture that you've used on your account. And that's my Google picture there from a wedding I did a few years ago. There's a few arrows next to the mute and video functions, which we'll go through now. You won't see this if you're on the mobile app. I'll overlay a little bit of mobile video with this as well to show you what you'll see if you've got the mobile version. But if you've got desktop, you've got a few more functions. You can click that and you can check. You can select which microphone you have. If you've got more than one microphone, you can determine which one you've got and use the appropriate one. At the moment, I'm just using my Mac mic because it's a little bit better. I can test my speaker microphone by clicking this button. So that's my current speaker. I can turn it up if I want to and turn it down via my machine. And my speaker will test by saying some words. And I can then click to say, yep, thank you, that's all good. So you can test for stuff by hitting the up arrow there, test there. You switch to phone audio if you want to. Some hosts have this turned off. If you can actually join a meeting by your phone, funnily enough, without video. But we won't go into that right now because I don't think that's what you'll be looking at. The up arrow on the video, so where it's a stop video next to that up arrow, it's quite important because it will determine which camera we're going to use. You may have an external webcam. You may want to change to that if it's got better quality. Choose virtual background is quite good. We've got a few settings we're going to go over in a second, but let's just look at this choose virtual background. You don't get this on the mobile version, unfortunately, but if you have a desktop or MacBook or Mac, you can change your background by doing that. That's my current background. Yeah, not fantastic, so I usually have a virtual background on. Now, bearing in mind, if you have a green screen, you can hit the button there. It will do a really good job of getting the outline of you and putting you in front. If I put that on now without a green screen, it kind of doesn't work. But also you have to remember that you yourself needs to be completely different to your background. You can see when I put my hand up there, the purple like overthrow thing comes into view. That's because the contrast between me and the background isn't that great at that point. But you need good light on you and maybe not so good light on your background. That contrast will make this work. I've seen a few people try this and it not work. It's because they're either wearing clothes that look the same as their background, or the lighting in the room isn't that good, and the contrast between you and the background hasn't been that great, and it just doesn't work too well. It actually looks more like that. You know, it doesn't kind of work. So turn that green screen off if you don't have a green screen. If you have one, turn it on. You can mirror your video if you want. I tend not to, because I like to be the right way round. I record a lot more stuff. So let's go through a few bits and pieces here before we get down the bottom. General settings we can. I have this ask me to confirm when I leave a meeting. It's quite important because I've seen people leave meetings without realising. If you hit that button down the bottom there, it'll actually give me a pop-up before we leave. If you turn that off and hit that, you're just going to leave. It's not going to give you the option. You might do that by accident. It's happened a few times. I've got add zoom to Mac OS menu bar. Yeah, I'm on Mac. I have it on my menu bar for quick access. I also have the Chrome app. So it's like an extension for Chrome. It enables me to, if I go back over here, it's actually up there. So I can actually add, I've got to sign in, but I can add a scheduled meeting or a meeting, and it'll open up the app, all that kind of stuff. Easy access. That it's just one of those things. If you need it, add it. Video. I have enabled HD on, and I'm widescreen because that's the options I prefer. If you have a system that's maybe an older system, not a very good camera, or your internet is really slow, you may want to turn this off. It'll be slightly less quality in video on you, but it also means that you'll probably get a better experience. If you've got pretty fast internet, decent camera, and a decent system that can run it, then I'd leave it turned on. Enable HD. It's going to give you better quality video. Touch up my appearance. Yeah, I'll turn that on because it makes me look a little bit better. You see it smooth the skin out a little bit better. Apps that do this. Awesome, right? Meetings always display participants' names in the videos. Yeah, you can turn it off. You can leave it on. I tend to leave it on so we know who's who. If I don't know the person, I've got their name to hand. And when you join a meeting, you can add whatever name you like. You can change it during the meeting. That's a setting that the host can change. So you may get that, you may not. Always show video preview dialogue when joining a meeting. Yeah, it means that and spotlight my video when speaking. If I'm speaking over other people, it'll spotlight my video over others. You can turn that off. You can have a gallery view. Something I can't show you on this video because there's only me. But when you've got more than one people in a Zoom meeting, you can have a gallery, so you can have everyone's video in boxes, and I can display up to 49 participants in one screen. You won't get that on mobile. I think you get up to about 6 or 7, and then you have to scroll through different pages if there's more than 6 or 7 people. Okay. Oh, it's only 4 people. I've been told it's only 4 people that you see. If there's 4 people if there's more than 4 people, you have to scroll through your phone to see the other people. So audio, we can test our audio speaker again. We can test our mic if we wanted to. You see the signal's pretty good. Your input volume you can increase or decrease should you wish. Automatically adjust for microphone volume. Yeah. Join audio by computer when joining meeting. Yeah, this is also set by the host. So you may join a meeting and your audio and or video is turned off by default. That means that if you join a meeting, potentially maybe you might be 5 minutes late, your audio or your video isn't going to distract the host or anyone else in the meeting when you join. I tend to do that. I tend to have the audio off. So when you join one of my meetings, your audio will be automatically turned off. To turn it on again, just come down the bottom there and just turn it on. Easy. Share screen. We won't go into that too much, but I can share my screen as a host. I don't know whether you'll be able to do that as a participant. Again, I think it's a host option. I'll show you that down here in a second. Yeah, we'll look at that in a second. Virtual background again, we've looked at that. Recording. I do record some of my videos. I tend to record directly to my my MacBook. It's just easier, but I do have a gig of cloud storage if I need to use that. And then it's just my profile stuff. I've got my Gmail account connected. I think you can connect via Facebook as well. I don't know Facebook. That's about it for the basic settings there. Security. I have waiting room enabled. That means when you first join or click on one of the links, you'll be sat in a waiting room and you'll wait for me to add you. I think that's a feature by default now. I think Zoom have added that by default. It's a little bit more security. Instead of loads of people coming in and out, you can control it as a host a little bit better. Let me just hand it out a little better. Share screen, I have that turned off for the time being for participants. It means that participants aren't constantly sharing what they've got on their screens. Control what's being shared. Chat's turned on and rename themselves, so participants can rename themselves. I have the participants window open most of the time. You can open that and close it by that there, and the chat as well. So we've got a chat box down here. You can chat to everyone. If you've got more than one person in there, you can decide to chat directly, secretly to that one person, so everyone else doesn't see it. It's completely down to you. Share screen. Again, one participant at a time can share, and I have it so that only I can share my screen. Record button, you may not see that on your screen. If you're a participant, as a host, I can record. I have it turned off for participants, I think, and reactions are quite good. I often ask people to give me a thumbs up, and you can give a thumbs up like that. The more button, you won't see that unless you've turned this on in advanced features. It just means I can go live on Facebook or YouTube. I do a lot of stuff on both, and that's pretty much it for the basic functions of Zoom. There are some advanced settings, but you have to log into your account online to change those, and I'm not going to go over that today. So the main ones you're going to want to look at are adding a virtual background. So you can choose your virtual background there. I have a few. If you don't like the ones that come default, you can add more by hitting that button there. Add images or videos. Short videos like this one you can add, and a decent sized background video if you have them saved to your PC or anywhere or whatever you're on. That'll just open up a browser window and you can search on your system for any pictures that you have or you've downloaded somewhere. So that's about it, really. Like Star Trek and Star Wars. There we go. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, please leave them down below, and yeah, I hope to see you on a Zoom meeting soon. Take care. Bye. You're still here. Nice. It's good that you're still here, because I want to tell you a little something. Those people who are avid followers of me, I want to give a little something back, and to do that it means working alongside you online, because a lot of you can't make it to my workshop. So I've just set up a Patreon account. It is patreon.com/Andy Hornby Photos. So Patreon is a platform where we can create stuff together, even if you're halfway across the globe, and I can learn and teach alongside you, literally alongside you. There's so many things I can do to help you get your photography just to that next level. It is awesome. If you can make it to one of my workshops, I've got a website. Go to ahphotographyworkshops.uk and have a look, see what I've got going on. But if you can't make it to one of my workshops, Patreon is a really good platform where we can create stuff together and we can take your photography to another level. So if you like what I'm doing and you want me to learn alongside yourself, see you there. Take it easy, have a good day. Bye.